Today we are going to discuss Indus Valley civilization in the Indian history. This comes under the ancient Indian history. Indus Valley civilization broadly covers from 2500 to 1500 BC. This Indus Valley civilization was the first urbanized civilization in India. First urbanized civilization. What is civilization? Coming to this point, what is civilization? Civilization is an advanced stage of culture. When culture reached to the advanced stage, it is called as civilization. Like a Neolithic period and Chalcolithic period. Neolithic and Chalcolithic period, people they started cultures. Whenever these cultures reached to the advanced stage, that converted into the civilization. All the cultures or civilizations existed on the river banks. Even in the world history, all the civilizations they existed on the river banks, because plenty of the rivers, plenty of the availability of the water, and the ancient man, he follows the water always. Fertile land is available on the banks of the river, loose soil available on the banks of the river. It was very easy to live, it was very comfortable to continue the life of that area. So that's why almost all the civilizations they existed on the river banks. Same like that, Indus Valley civilization also existed on the river banks. But until 1921, nobody knows about this great civilization, because Indus Valley civilization was world's biggest civilization. Even though it has the great qualities and also so many peculiar features, but until 1921, nobody knows about this Indus Valley civilization. Whenever 1921, under the guidance of Sir John Marshall, who was the chairman of the ASI, under his guidance, Dayaram Sahani, he discovered Harappa. This was the first city discovered belongs to the Indus Valley civilization. Since then, we know about a great civilization of India, that is what Indus Valley civilization, and Harappa was the first site, that's why it is also called as Harappan civilization. How they discovered this? Discovered through the excavations. That is diggings. Diggings are two types. Already we discussed that diggings are two types. That is vertical diggings and horizontal diggings. Vertical diggings and horizontal diggings. Through the vertical diggings, we can know how many times it has been constructed. For example, Mohenjo-daro. When we conducted Mohenjo-daro vertical diggings, we know that Mohenjo-daro city was constructed for 7 times. 9 layers were found. 9 layers found. One by one, 9 layers were found. So it was constructed for 7 times. Mohenjo-daro. Same like that, through the horizontal digging, we can know the extension of or wide of the civilization or wide of the city. So like that, there are 2 types of the diggings. By the diggings, excavations, we discovered Indus Valley civilization. First site was Harappa. Indus Valley civilization, whenever known to the world, it was published first time in the London Times, first time published in 1924, London Times paper. London Times paper. In this paper published first time. After this, it brought revolution in the minds of the historians. Next, to coming to that point, what are the things to discuss in the Indus Valley civilization? How can we understand this great civilization? So the things which are contents, the things which are going to discuss in this area. One is the name of the Indus Valley civilization, that is nomenclature, name or nomenclature of this civilization. Second one is age and period of that civilization. Third one is extent, contemporary civilizations and extent, contemporary civilizations and extent of that civilization. After this, features of this civilization. There were different features. The first and foremost feature was town planning. If you understand the town planning, then we can know so many things of that Indus Valley civilization. After the town planning, social conditions of the features, social conditions, economical conditions, religious conditions, political conditions, art and crafts of that period, arts and crafts of that period, script, what they used, script, and seals. The most important feature of the Indus Valley civilization and the complete artistic of the Indus Valley civilization we can find in the seals. Decline of the Indus Valley civilization. So these are the topics to discuss in the Indus Valley civilization to clear and to understand complete of this chapter. The entire chapter is depending upon these topics. First and foremost thing, we will come to the nomenclature or name of the Indus Valley civilization. A nomenclature of the Indus Valley civilization. It is considered to be oldest and matured civilization in the world. It was excavated by Dayaram Sahini under the Sir John Marshall. He was Director General of ASI. What is ASI? ASI is Archaeological Survey of India. Archaeological Survey of India, ASI. Originally, this Archaeological Survey of India in 1861, it was established by the Alexander Cunningham. Alexander Cunningham established this in 1861. After the death of the Alexander Cunningham, nobody concentrated on that. Almost it was closed. But during the time of the Lord Curzon period in 1904, Lord Curzon, he brought an act called Ancient Monument Act. Ancient Monument Protection Act. So this Ancient Monument Protection Act brought in 1904 and ASI became a government organization. According to this act, all the sites of the history or all the historical sites are completely comes under the control of the ASI. For example, public sites. Take the example of the Charminar or take the example of the Taj Mahal. Nobody can sell the Taj Mahal. Nobody can sell the Charminar because they are the public places. They are completely under the control of the Archaeological Survey of India. This Archaeological Survey of India, it was established by the Alexander Cunningham, later period repealed by the Lord Curzon in 1904. Lord Curzon, whenever he made that act, ASI became government organization and appointed a Director General for this. Director General. First Director General of the ASI was Sir John Marshall. Sir John Marshall. First Director General of ASI was Sir John Marshall. Under the Sir John Marshall, we recovered, we excavated Indus Valley civilization. This Sir John Marshall, he suggested Indus civilization. He termed this as Indus civilization. The name of the Indus civilization was suggested by Sir John Marshall or coined by Sir John Marshall. The name of the Indus Valley civilization was coined and suggested by the Sir John Marshall in 1921, whenever we discovered the site, that is Harappa site. Indus civilization, latter period, the two cities Harappa was discovered and Mohenjo-daro was discovered. Harappa discovered in 1921, Mohenjo-daro discovered in 1922. But these two sites are situated in Pakistan at present. They are situated in the Pakistan at present. But initially some sites were found. The initial sites, they located in the Indus Valley region. This Indus Valley region, because of the sites located in the Indus Valley region, that is what called as Indus Valley civilization. So it is what called as Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization existed of that period. Almost it related to the 3000 BC. Next to coming to that point, another name of the Indus Valley civilization, but the first city which was discovered was Harappa. Harappa was the first city. 1921 first city. Latter period, the cities which were excavated, all the cities civilization similar to the Harappa civilization. All the cities civilization was similar to the Harappa civilization. That's why the entire civilization named after the Harappa, that is Harappan civilization. This Harappan civilization name was suggested by the Sir Mortimer Wheeler. He suggested that name, Harappan civilization. Sir Mortimer Wheeler suggested that name. Okay, we have three names. Another one, but large number of the civilization. The large number of the civilization sites were found on the river bank of Saraswati. Large number of the sites of Indus Valley civilization found on the bank of the Saraswati. This is also called as modern Hakra river, modern Gaggar Hakra river, Gaggar river in Rajasthan. But this river dried up, latter period this river dried up. It was most of the sites, large number of the sites found on this area, on the river bank of the Saraswati. That's why this civilization, Indus banks and Saraswati banks, so Indus Saraswati civilization. It is Indus Saraswati civilization. Indus is also called as Sindhu. So it is also called as Sindhu Saraswati civilization. Indus civilization is also called as Sindhu Saraswati civilization. Totally it has, according to our knowledge, totally it has four names. One is Indus civilization, another one is Indus Valley civilization, another one is Harappan civilization, another one is Indus Saraswati civilization. So the great Indus Valley civilization, it has four names. Yeah, this is about the nomenclature to understand that civilization. Next after this, coming to the point of the age of this civilization. It belongs to which age? It belongs to the which age? In this regard, the Indus Valley civilization people, they used extensively they used the bronze. Extensively they used bronze alloy. Bronze is an alloy mixed with copper plus tin. Copper plus tin. It is a bronze. Bronze means copper plus tin. That's why the entire civilization belongs to the Bronze Age civilization. Bronze Age civilization. This Bronze Age civilization existed in India between the 2500 to 1500 BC because they used bronze of that period. All the metals, utensils, and also seals, most of the seals found in the bronze, utensils made up of the bronze. They made several tools, several things with the bronze. That's why that was the Bronze Age civilization. And another name of this civilization was Protohistoric civilization. This belongs to the Protohistoric age. This belongs to the Protohistoric age. Protohistoric age means it was named after based on the script. The name was suggested by the H.D. Sankalia. H.D. Sankalia, he suggested that name Protohistoric age based on the script because the script of this period was pictographic. That pictographic script was nobody deciphered. Script was there but not to decipher. That's why this age is called as H.D. Sankalia called this age as is a protohistoric age. Protohistoric age. It is a transition period between the prehistoric age and also historic age. It is a transition period between the prehistoric age and historic age. So like this, the civilization belongs to that age. Next, origin of the civilization. So many historians, they questioned whether Indus Valley civilization was indigenous or foreign. Whether this civilization was Indus Valley civilization, whether it was the civilization of the Indus Valley civilization, whether it is indigenous or foreign. That means it originated in India or foreign. Indialo puttinda vere desam nunchi vachinda anedi manaki ikkada kavali. That is origin. Origin of the Indus Valley civilization. There are different theories in the origin of the Indus Valley civilization. A Ghosh, according to the A Ghosh, it was indigenous. He said that Indus Valley civilization existed in India and spread in India, according to A Ghosh. This indigenous theory proposed by the A Ghosh and popularized by the Badwell. It was popularized by the Badwell. This is one theory. And foreign theory, if you come to the point of the foreign theory, foreigners, India, they were the foreigners. Rafiq Mughal, according to the Rafiq Mughal, it is originated from the Baluchistan. He said that it is originated from the Baluchistan based on the different Baluchistan features. Because most of the sites also found at Baluchistan, might be they originated from Baluchistan to India. That means most of the times humankind initially they moved from west to the east. That was originally, that was the theory of running of that period. Even though if you come to that point later period, India, early humankind also they established so many cultures here. Later they moved towards east. In same like that Rigvedic period, During the Rigvedic age, people lived in the Sapta Sindhu. Later Vedic age, they shifted to the Indo-Gangetic plains. So early man or humankind in the earlier days, they have the habit of going towards the east. That was the theory. Based on that theory, Rafiq Mughal, he said that they might be originated from the Baluchistan, but nobody accepted this. Next, Mortimer Wheeler. According to the Mortimer Wheeler, he was second Director General of the ASI. He said that Indus Valley civilization originated from the Sumerian civilization. Sumerian civilization. Mortimer Wheeler suggested that Sumerian civilization. This also nobody accepted. And Las Bela, another person, Las Bela, he also suggested that Indus Valley civilization similar to the Baluchistan civilization, but he did not said originated from the Baluchistan, but he said that it was similar to the Baluchistan civilization. Like this, there were different types of the origin theories. Whatever it may be, most of the historians, they accepted the A Ghosh theory, that is Indus Valley civilization purely indigenous civilization. After this, contemporary civilizations of Indus Valley civilization. Contemporary civilizations of Indus Valley civilization. Contemporary means living in the same period. The same period of the Indus Valley civilization. What were the civilizations are existed in the same time other than the India, other places of the world? The one is Sumerian civilization. This is also called as Mesopotamian civilization. Sumerian civilization or Mesopotamian civilization. Mesopotamia means land between two rivers. Mesopotamia means land between the two rivers. Land between two rivers means the two rivers were the Tigris and Euphrates. Tigris and Euphrates. The two rivers of this area, Tigris and Euphrates. The land between these two rivers looks like in the crescent shape. Euphrates and Tigris river. Mesopotamia is old name of Iraq. It was the old name of Iraq. This civilization existed in the Iraq. This is also called as Sumerian civilization. Why it is called as Sumerian civilization? Mesopotamia civilization, it divided into 5 stages. Among the 5 stages of this civilization, the first stage was Sumerian civilization. Sumerian, Amorite, Chaldea, like that there were different civilizations. All those civilizations were there in the Mesopotamia civilization. మెసపటోమియా అన్న సుమేరియా అన్న ఒకటే. మెసపటోమియాలో ఒక భాగం అంటే దీన్ని 5 నాగరికతలుగా చేస్తే 5 భాగాలుగా చేస్తే ఫస్ట్ భాగం వచ్చే సుమేరియా. దాన్ని మనం గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. ఆఫ్టర్ దిస్ సెకండ్ కాంటెంపరరీ సివిలైజేషన్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ ఈజిప్షియన్ సివిలైజేషన్. ఈజిప్షియన్ civilization. Egyptian civilization existed on the river bank of the Nile. Existed on the river bank of the Nile. Nile river. The longest river in the world is Nile river, and the biggest river in the world is Amazon. Nile is called as boon of Egypt. Sorry, boon for the Egypt. Or Egypt is a boon of Nile. నైలు వల్ల నైలు నది వరప్రసాదం అంటారు. నైలు నది ఉండడం వలనే ఈజిప్ట్ ఉంది. బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దే యూజ్ దట్ ఫ్లడ్స్ అండ్ ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్. థర్డ్ civilization contemporary to the Indus Valley civilization, that is Chinese civilization on the river bank of the Hoang Ho. This is also called as Yellow River. Hoang Ho is the Yellow River because the river looks in the yellow color, that's why water looks in yellow color, that's why that is called as Yellow River. It is also called as Sarah of China. Sarah of China, because of floods like Brahmaputra is Sarah of Assam in India. These three are the contemporary civilizations. But Indian Indus Valley civilization or Harappan civilization have contact with Mesopotamia and Egyptian civilization, trade and commerce, but not the Chinese civilization. That you have to remember. After this contemporary civilizations, we will discuss the extent of this civilization, or periodization of this civilization. Periodization, that means it belongs to the which age. In the period of this civilization, there was much controversy among the historians. There occurred much controversy among the historians of this periodization. According to the Surgeon Marshall, he opinion that he gave the time period of the Indus Valley civilization 3250 to 1750 BC. 3250 to 1750 BC, 2750 BC. That was the Surgeon Marshall opinion. This period. Originally, it will take the matured stage of the Harappan civilization. Harappan civilization, it has three parts: pre-Harappan civilization, matured Harappan civilization, post-Harappan civilization. This pre-Harappan civilization, originally that was 3000 to 2500 BC. Matured Harappan civilization 2500 to 1800 BC. Post Harappan period 1800 to 1500 BC, like that. But this years are varies from one book to the another book. In the ancient India, we cannot find the correct years. Years are varies from one to the another. Next, why he suggested that? He suggested that based on the seals found in Mesopotamian cities, Indus Valley civilization compared with the Mesopotamian cities like Ur, Nigar, Kish, cities. Compared with these cities, the cities belongs to that area or that period. Surgeon Marshall suggested that. Mortimer Wheeler, he suggested the Indus Valley civilization time period 2500 BC to 1500 BC. This was approximate time period of the Indus Valley civilization. Approximate time period of the Indus Valley civilization. Next, Arya Sharma, he suggested that 2500 to 1750. 2500 BC to 1750 BC. Suggested that period. Arya Sharma suggested this age. And according to the Romila Thapar, he suggested that Romila Thapar suggested that 3500 BC to 1750 BC. 3500 BC to 1750 BC, Romila Thapar suggested. After this, the another one, we can take the carbon dating, that is C614. That was the carbon dating. Based on the carbon dating, they fixed 2350 to 1700 BC. Carbon dating. 2300 to 1750 BC. It was the carbon dating, based on the carbon dating. Like this, different ages, different people, they gave different ages, different periodization. What is carbon dating? Coming to that point, carbon dating is a method to estimate the age of ancient fossils. Carbon dating is a method to estimate the ancient fossils. Ancient fossils. Used carbon C614, it is a radiocarbon. Why they took the carbon only? It was a radiocarbon. Why they took only carbon? Because carbon presents in all living elements, trees and everyone, they had the carbon. Radiocarbon, it is called as radiocarbon. Radiocarbon, it has decays because of emitting alpha, beta, gamma rays. Emitting the alpha, beta, gamma rays, carbon, it has decay feature. By 5876 years, it reduced to the half. This is what called as half-life period. Based on the half-life period, we have to fix the age of the ancient fossils. It is a method, carbon dating is a method to detect age of the ancient fossils. Like this, so periodization has been fixed. After this, extent of the Indus Valley civilization. How far it extended in India? Extent of Indus Valley civilization. Extent of Indus Valley civilization. The largest civilization, Indus Valley civilization is the largest civilization, belongs to 3rd millennium BC. 3rd millennium BC. The total area 1.3 million square kilometers. The total area is 1.3 million kilometers or 1.299 million square kilometers. The total area of the Indus Valley civilization. The total area of the Indus Valley civilization in the shape of triangle. It is in the shape of triangle. Looks like a triangular shape. It is 20 times of the Egyptian civilization. 20 times of Egyptian civilization, the biggest one. That's why 20 times of the Egyptian civilization. And also 12 times of Sumerian, that is Mesopotamian civilization. 20 times Egyptian civilization, 12 times Mesopotamian civilization. Boundaries of this civilization, up to where it extended. Boundaries, we will take boundaries always north, east, west, south. NEWS, news. Northernmost site is Manda. Some books it is also called as Munda in Jammu and Kashmir. East, Alangirpur. East is Alangirpur in UP. South, Daimabad. South, Daimabad in Maharashtra. This is located in the Maharashtra, Daimabad. West, Baluchistan in the Pakistan. Baluchistan in the Pakistan. This is Sukta Jandar. In the Baluchistan, Sukta Jandar was easternmost site, westernmost site. These are the boundaries. Extended all this Indus Valley civilization in India extended in Jammu and Kashmir, Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh. So these areas it extended the different states of India. After the independence, most of the sites found at Gujarat. After the independence, most of the sites were found in the Gujarat. ఆఫ్టర్ ది ఇండిపెండెన్స్ అంటే ఇండిపెండెన్స్ భారతదేశానికి ఇండిపెండెన్స్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత గుజరాత్లోనే మనకు ఎక్కువ సైట్స్ దొరికాయి. దిస్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ ది ఎక్స్టెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండస్ వ్యాలీ సివిలైజేషన్. ఆఫ్టర్ దిస్ extent, will come into the point of features of the Indus Valley civilization. In the features, first we will take town planning. Town planning of Indus Valley civilization. It was urbanized civilization. That's why they constructed towns and cities. Urbanized civilization. That's why they constructed towns and cities. These towns and cities they constructed with planning. That's why it is called as town planning. We took as a town planning. Each and every city surrounded by the citadel. Suppose it is a city, this surrounded by the citadel. There is a one way and there are some subways constructed with the blocks. House were constructed with the blocks. City divided into two parts. The city which is fortified and which is having citadel are fortified. There was one fort inside the city, that was a fort. This area is fortified with the citadel. This is called as upper town. This is called as upper town. And there is another town which has outside the citadel. There is another town here outside the citadel. This was called as lower town. That was the lower town. And upper town, in the upper town there were even 2-story and multi-story buildings, but in the lower town there was single roomed barracks. Rich people lived in the upper town, poor people lived in the lower town. Haves and have-nots, rich and poor, haves and have-nots. So this is what called as western city. This is what called as eastern city. Western city, eastern city, divided into two parts. And some other cities like Dholavira, coming to the point of the Dholavira, like some other cities, Dholavira, Kalibangan, like these cities they constructed three. That means they have two citadels. They have two citadels. Three cities: upper town, lower town and middle town. Upper town, middle town, lower town. Dholavira fortified twice. That means Dholavira it has two citadels. Kalibangan also has two citadels. The complete city constructed in the grid system. That is what called as a chess pattern. In the pattern of the chess, it was constructed in the pattern of the chess. Present In India, there was only one city, that was Chandigarh. Chandigarh, only city, Chandigarh present in India. Banwali, but coming to the point of Banwali, Banwali is not constructed in the grid system. Banwali is not constructed in the grid system, that we have to remember. Almost all the areas constructed grid system. Banwali is not constructed with grid system. And also coming to the point of the citadel, citadel was absent in the Chanhudaro. Citadel was absent in the Chanhudaro. 4th Street's junction in this area, 4th Street junction is called as Oxford Junction. The 4th Street junction of the Indus Valley civilization called as Oxford Junction. Every city has only one main road from east to west. Sub-roads divides into main road rectangle. Sub-roads divides into rectangle. So, Mohenjo-daro was the model city. Mohenjo-daro, it was a model city, constructed model city. All the city represents the Mohenjo-daro city, because here houses constructed with blocks. Houses constructed with blocks and blocks. And Mohenjo-daro was the most populated city. Around 85,000 people were lived in the Mohenjo-daro, and Harappa, nearly 65,000 people lived in the Harappa. Second population city, Harappa. First population city, Mohenjo-daro. How the houses would be constructed of that period? Houses. Houses constructed with bricks. Bricks were both dried and fired bricks. Dried bricks and fired bricks. Sun-dried or fired bricks. And house constructed on the model of the Manduva method. Manduva method. In this Manduva method, 4 sides they used to construct. 4 sides they used to construct the buildings of the 4 sides like this. And the middle part is empty. This is open. Here there is a open. Like this house was constructed 4 sides. This was the open. This is what called as Manduva method. Manduva Logili. This is what called as Manduva Logili. Houses were constructed in blocks. But Chanhudaro used stones for the construction. In almost all places used bricks. The construction of the bricks looks like this. Suppose it is a first line, constructed bricks like this. While they are constructing second line, the brick used to break. Here a brick. Like this. And same. Attaching head and head, tail and tail of the brick. This method is called as English bond method. English bond method. This English bond method specially invented by the Indus Valley civilization and introduced to the world. It was an engineering method specially started by the Indus Valley civilization people. Houses blank wall towards the main road. Suppose it is a main road. For the main road, it is a blank wall. No windows, no ventilators or no entrance towards the main road. that is completely blank, because they followed very good sanitary methods. Very good sanitary methods. Dust won't come into the house. So for the avoiding dust to come into the house, they constructed blank wall towards the main road. And also people of this period, they used dustbins, and one another thing, blank wall towards the main road. Coming to the point of the Lothal is different. In the Lothal, a house found main road, a entrance towards the main road. లోతాల్లో ఒక్క చోట ఎంట్రన్స్ మెయిన్ రోడ్డుకు ఉండే హౌస్ ఒకటి దొరికింది, మిగతా చోట్లంతా ఎంట్రన్స్ మెయిన్ రోడ్డుకు ఉండదు. ఇన్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఆల్ ద ప్లేసెస్ దెర్ ఈస్ నో ఎంట్రన్స్ టువర్డ్స్ ద మెయిన్ రోడ్ ఎక్సెప్ట్ లోతాల్. We are discussing the sanitary methods. They used dustbins, and during this period they also used hammams, that is fire pits. Hammams means fire pits. Dustbins, hammams for the, what is that, warm of the house, to become warm of the house. Bathrooms and kitchens, they face towards the main roadside. Always bathrooms and kitchens would be the main road, because waste to water, they would drain into the drainages for the easy purpose. They were very good in the drainage system. They followed good drainage system. Indus Valley civilization followed a very good drainage system. They constructed drainage canals with bricks. Drainage system followed drainage canals constructed with bricks. To fill gap between the brick and brick, they used mortar in the place of the cement. They used the mortar. But Banwali is absence of the drainage system. In the Banwali, there is no drainage system. They also constructed manholes. The purpose of the construction of manholes for the clearing and cleaning of the drainage canals. To clear and clean the drainage canals, they used manholes. Manholes also constructed. So this is about Indus Valley civilization, town planning. We discussed some features of the Indus Valley civilization. In that features, especially town planning has been completed. In the next class, the remaining features will be completed in the next class. Okay, good luck.